Good morning. This is Aliyah, and I am talking with Mukti Anandama. I am so stuck in cement in my personality, my limited self. And so it behooves me to ask, what is it about me? Why am I so stuck? Am I like all the other people? Or am I a special case of stuckness in this cement of the limited self? Outmastering myself, as it were.
Yes, is there a question in that?
Yeah, it's is it just that I feel especially stuck in my limited self personality? I experience the eternal self, but I also feel this habit of being in the limited self.
So, who is the I that is both experiencing the limited self and the eternal self? What I is that can be aware of both?
Right, that's a good question. The one who has to suffer through it.
Or the one that can decide because it is neither this nor that? It is not trapped in the box of an identity. It is from this place that we can make the decision to be in a fluid identity. That fluid identity allows us to create from the unknown, from an unknown identity. When one identifies with the one who is observing it all as sort of the foundational place, the resting place of being, then it is easier. Perhaps we even would say it makes it possible to go in and out of identities at will.
Why does it feel like you're on almost like a ride that you can't get off, like a roller coaster? You're just watching the body age, all the things you signed up to do when you got on the ride.
Well, in some sense, you are. You are in a programmed, sort of automatic, if you will, program, a program to live out an identity, which is really a package of paradigms, focal points, frequencies, all these things that make up life. An embodiment of this to experience a world that you perceive to be outside of yourself and when you're in a limited identity. And so all that is automatic, just the way that breathing can be automatic or breathing can be conscious, so can your life. Does that make sense?
That does.
So we have the ability to breathe automatically because wouldn't it be quite a task to have to remember every moment to take a breath or to blink your eyes?
Yes.
No. So same with experiencing life. There's things we set and forget. It just runs. And so when one wakes up to being something that is outside of the identity and the world that one is experiencing, we awaken to the possibility now of consciously breathing, consciously being a collaborator in the life that we experience.
And how would one go about eliminating all the negative experiences that could occur?
Then one doesn't need to eliminate the negative experiences. One needs to only focus on the desired experiences. If you focus on eliminating the negative experiences, you keep them in place. You have to have something to fight with to fight it, right? You have to have something to eliminate it. So you keep reintroducing it into your world when you address it, when you fight it, when you try to eliminate it. Better to focus your awareness on who you want to be, which you already are. So you're just calling that beingness up from within yourself. It's like telling yourself, all right, now it's time to be this, step on the stage of life and be it. Like a director calling an actor out to the stage.
And the limited self is an actor that you no longer want on the stage. How does one keep the awareness on the eternal self to keep the roles switched permanently?
I think it's important that there must be a strong desire for this. This is a question that comes up for you and for many over and over and over again. It's the same question disguised in different costumes, but the core is always the same. When the desire is great, when the longing is great, when the will has been set, I am this. Enough, enough, enough. I am this. Then you will do the practice or bring your consciousness to perfecting your focus as that identity. If this is more of a curiosity to you, or there are other reasons for you participating in this type of endeavor, then it probably will not stick. There must be great desire to be that new identity, or to be whatever it is you wish to experience and be. The desire must be so great that it inspires the will to stand up and say, this is how it is from now on. It is not a passive thing. It's a full mustering of your own life force and directing it where you will it. Does that make sense?
Oh, it makes sense.
So what I'm telling you is you're not gathering the strength of your whole being and focusing it in that and being unwavering in your decision. You're allowing your mind to run amok, to go anywhere it wants. You're being trapped by your own identity instead of pushing out of it and saying no. All these things. It's a very active thing.
So it's not
there is no answer. It's inner doing. It's inner yoga. There is no answer that can be given for this question that will cause this thing to happen, for it is an act of will that brings it about. It is not a passive state.
And so it's not an in the zone thing. It's not a momentum thing where you're switching tracks and you're.
It's an act of will. You're not waiting for anything to happen. You're choosing, you're deciding, and you're aligning your whole being with that decision.
So all of
every moment, right now, even every moment, you're saying, I am this identity. This is who I am right now. And from that, thoughts will arise, actions will come inspired, your beingness will automatically shift. But the decision is moment by moment until it gets enough momentum to be automatic. Until it's enough momentum, till the wheel is spinning fast enough to run by itself.
So it's not a unanimous decision. The limited self doesn't have to be on board. It's just
You
your
are
will.
all of it.
All right.
So it doesn't matter
Right.
whether the limited self is on board. You can bring it on board or it might not be on board. Who cares? You, with an act of will, have said, I am now this identity. I choose to step into it with my full consciousness and wear it and act from it and be it, to see the screen of life, experience the movie will unfold as this identity's matrix projects it onto the screen of life.
For those that may not have proof of what they know to be true about their identity and who it is.
The proof is they know it.
Is there a time frame when this germination?
Now.
All right. Well, I think I've elaborated on all the little nuances of that question that I could.
Yes, let's move on to something else.
So I've had an inner knowing most of my life that came to my conscious mind when I understood myself to be Aliyah, and it all made sense. And yet still
We're back to the same subject.
Well, yeah, I feel very different, and I am in that consciousness more than I've ever been. And yet there is a lingering. So this is kind of the last question I had on it was, is there a general time frame when the limited self permanently takes a backseat?
It's always in the now. It won't take the back seat in the future because there is no future. It won't take the back seat in the past because there is no past. It's always in the now. It's in the now when you, who are life itself, both the limited identity, the eternal identity, and the one who is witnessing it all. You are all of it, reality, everything. When you have decided now is the time, now, this moment, I shall be this identity, eternal identity, expanded identity, higher self identity, archangelic identity, whatever identity you wish. It is always chosen in the now.
Thank you. How would you recommend to people, myself included, when encountering family or friends or people that hold...
Are they in the now?
No.
I recommend encountering them in the now, not referencing a past or a future, but in the now as the identity that you want to be in the now.
Right. And when they project the identity on you that they see you as, you
still identify with that identity. Otherwise, you'd laugh.
Right. Thank you. This is very helpful. This is mostly for the audience, of course. I have clearly achieved.
Of course. Well, we appreciate your willingness to be open and transparent for the benefit of all.
Yes.
Including Mukti Ananda Ma.
Yes. Do you have any advice for me specifically?
Oh, you've gotten lots of advice.
Yes. Okay.
It's the way of being a conscious creator is in some ways simple. But that does not mean that it's easy. You have to understand that the limited identity has created a world where it makes it seem impossible to be eternal. For if it did not create such a world and ways of thinking, if it did not have that, if that was not its matrix, then the experience of a limited identity would be short-lived, and the fullness of all that can be mined from such experience would be missed. And so when one wakes up, becomes enlightened, that which they are is beyond all the things of the screen of life, the identity, and all that it is, then a door is opened out of the identity, a possibility to experience something other than that identity arises. And there is a period that can be a moment, and that could be lifetimes.
Thank you.
A period in which there is great effort required, discipline, focus, effort, to make that decision that I am this. Oftentimes, before that can occur, there is often an enlightenment of not being the identity, but not being anything else either. Being identified with the silence, the stillness, the observer of oneself. This has been sort of the pinnacle of enlightenment of the past. The stories of the identity that has now transcended that view understands that this was the peak of liberation for a particular identity. But when one climbs out of that one can see now that identity can be chosen and dropped at will. It's a fluid thing. It does not need to be a stationary thing. And then from that, one realizes that one's identity is the world itself and all the players and actors in it. From the scenery to the inanimate objects, one realizes the identity that one is holding in that moment is being reflected back. And as we said, there's much on automatic pilot that is kind of, the wheels are slowing down. The brakes have been put on, but it takes a minute for the train to stop. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Once you have decided, if you can live in the decision, you don't need to put so much attention on putting your attention on what you like, because you are living in the decision. And you don't really care what's going on externally, because you know that you are the creator of all. And when you decide and are unwavering in that decision, that focus is probably the most potent and powerful focus of creation that one can utilize. The focus on the I am, unwavering, uncaring what's going on in the world around it, knowing that in time there will be an unfoldment through the vehicle of ever-perfecting love, of a life that reflects back the truth of your I am. So thank you for your questions. We always enjoy them. They help to expand, illuminate, and liberate. Thank you.